Today's topic, Monday morning, 8 a.m. huddle. It's about leases. So it's all around leases. We're going to talk about timing around when to start showing properties, why I wait for a certain time frame before I begin onboarding a client or begin showing, how to avoid wasting your time, things like that. So we'll get started here in about 1 minute, Monday morning, 8 a.m. huddle, talking about leases. Give about one more minute, let more people jump on and we get started. What's up, G Money?
Good morning. What's going on? Just
You ate
sent
your
about.
Wheaties this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I just sent all those texts out.
Let's go.
Everybody could be okay. I did forget one, but I'm about to send it out now.
G Money eating her
Oh,
Wheaties.
really quickly. Onissimo, they're in Austin or Houston or
No,
Austin?
I just got a text from them. They're going back to Houston. So
So now it's Houston? Okay.
back to Houston, back to the H. So bury me in
All
the
right.
H, baby. Bury me in the
All right.
H.
Okay, cool beans. I'm about to text them now. I'm just going to say something like, glad you chose us again. I'll be on the lookout for Houston or something like that.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, we'll get started now. Monday morning, 8 a.m. huddle. It's all about leases, Monday, 8 a.m. Today we're going to talk about timing. Timing. What do I mean by timing? Timing could be when it comes to leases, when to start showing properties, what's a good timeline of when to begin based on your client's timeline. I'll talk about why I wait until a certain time to begin showing, and also kind of break that down a little further between summer months and normal months. We're going to talk about how to avoid wasting your time and your client's time around a client's time frame. Big one, when a renter should really be considered a buyer when you're having that conversation around timing. And lastly, we'll end on why or how timing can affect your leasing applications if you're representing the tenant, how the time frame of when they're looking to move, how that ties into the approval odds. So let's get started. Let's talk about when to actually start showing houses. So for me, if I'm onboarding a tenant, if I'm onboarding a renter client, a couple things I must have before we get around the discussion of showing or starting to show houses. For me, I need my client to be fully onboarded. And what do I mean by fully onboarded? Well, there's a couple things I need to get checked off, or that I need to get from a client before we start, showing houses. So number one, obviously, is the rep agreement, the buyer tenant representation agreement. So I need that completed, signed, yada yada, uploaded to their account. Got to have their rep agreement, and proof of ID and income, obviously. So if they're a W-2 employee, I generally require 6 recent check stubs, weekly, bi-weekly, doesn't matter, 6 recent check stubs, and photo ID. If they're self-employed, I generally require 3 months of bank statements. If they are a truck driver, and so they get paid weekly and they're a 1099 truck driver, I'll have them send over a couple of whatever statements they do get from the company that's paying them on their contract. And it usually shows the amount that's deposited. So I'll want to get that matched up with their bank statements. That usually works fine. If they've been self-employed for a while and they do have a K-1 or a tax return or 1099, I usually want to see that as well. But most cases, we're fine with just the 3 months of bank statements and any other documentation to support how much income they're bringing in. I do need that on everyone over 18, at least the ID, at least, right? So if it's let's say it's a mother, and let's say it's a grandma and the mom, right? And then like a 10-year-old grandson. I want IDs on the mom and grandma, and grandma probably has an income. She probably gets like Social Security per month. So I want to add that to the mix and would like to get a Social Security award letter added in with everything else. But I do need all that before, again, along with the rep agreement, I do need all of that before we begin to show. Then the rental application. So I do want them to complete a TAR, the Texas Association of Realtors. I call it the TAR app. Somebody just called it the TREC app, but the old school rental application, want that completed. We leave the address blank. We're not applying for any particular property. We'll fill that in later, but I do want like the majority of that application filled out. I want the rent spree reports in. So we'll do a rent spree application. I do want the rent spree reports on everyone over 18. So rent spree is going to give us the rental scores from TransUnion Rent Bureau. We're going to get the eviction records, and we're going to get the background. And so I want all that up front. Once I have all of that, now we can have a discussion around when do we start showing. But I do need those 4 things on everyone over 18 before moving forward. Now, time frame wise, okay, in the conversation, if we're in May, June, July, those are the peak season summer months. That's when it's busy. I don't start showing, or I don't recommend to start showing until we're about 2 weeks from the actual move out date. So, let's say client comes to me today and says, hey, I need to be out August 1. I need to be moved out and moved into a next property August 1. So, okay, cool. It's June 29th right now. Give me all of this information that I need, but we're not going to start applying, start looking. We're not going to start doing any of that really until about mid-July. And the reason why is because it's just super competitive in the summer months. Landlords have, probably twice as many applications as they're used to getting. And so if I'm dealing with someone who doesn't have the greatest credit or the greatest situation, to make matters worse, a elongated timeline on when they're looking to move in doesn't help either. It doesn't help their application. It makes it look worse. Landlords typically want someone moving in fairly quickly, right? Especially in the summer months. And so I will hold off on showing or doing anything with them until we're about 2 weeks from their move date. And I explained why. It's because if we submit an app, let's say we go show houses today, you find a house you love today, we submit an application today, and we say August 1 move date, they're gonna be like, okay, cool, we'll get back to you, right? So we did all of that, basically for nothing, because they're just gonna put the application on the back burner and waiting for someone else. They're gonna kind of drag it out a little bit and, try to get someone that's looking to move a little sooner. So when I explain that, I let them know, I let the client know that up front. Sometimes that pivots to, okay, well, we can move a little bit sooner. That's fine. I just threw that date out there. Okay, cool. No problem. Let's move a little sooner. Now, if we're in normal times, anything that's not the summer months, not May, June, July, then I do recommend waiting about 30 days from their move date to begin showing and applying, because a 30-day or less move-in date is normal. That's standard. But summer months, especially June and July, it's got to be 2 weeks from their move date. I'm going to pause there, open up for any questions. I do have a couple of other topics, but just right there on onboarding and timeline, does anyone have any questions around that?
I do. The rent spree. So is there a link that you send them, they fill it out and you get it back?
You have a rent spree account, right?
No.
You don't? Okay, go to HAR. You're a HAR member, right?
Yes.
Go to HAR, search for rent spree, and then get registered or whatever you have to do. And then there's like a 2-minute training video. Just go through that and it'll tell you how to send them a rent spree link, whether you're the landlord or the renter agent. Because there's a couple ways different ways to do that. You can plug their email and phone number, send them the link. You can, plug in a property address and send them the link. There's a couple of different ways to do it, but definitely go through the rent spree training. It's probably like 2 minutes. It's really not that long to get more familiar with it.
And is there a cost associated with that for them?
Yes, at least $40. At least $40, $39.99 for the rent spree report.
And you can use that when that rent spree application that they paid for and all that stuff, and send it to
Yeah, you can
So,
share it. You can download it and share it to multiple properties. You can share it through the Rent Spree app, or you can download it as a PDF
awesome.
and include it, share it that way.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Some agents get a little worried, like, well, if I plug in an address, like the listing agent that's getting your rent report doesn't even care. They're just like, whatever. What's the credit? What's the background? What's the eviction act? That's all I care about. So people are busy. What else? Any other questions on that topic? All right, cool. Also, I'll talk about why I wait until clients are within that certain time frame. Well, number one, if I start showing houses, like I got a lead and the lead just came in and says, I like this house, I want to go see it. All right. And I just, all right, cool, let's go look at it. And I just do the rep agreement and that's all I do, right? My conversion rate is probably going to be very low. More than likely, it's a high probability that that property is not going to work for that client, or there's an issue that I didn't ask them about. Maybe they have a background, maybe they have some rental issues, the credit may be bad, who knows. I think that we can run into a situation where just because someone says, hey, I need a rent house and I want to go look at this one this weekend, here we go. It's hard to just put your foot down and say, well, hold on, pump your brakes. Let me kind of figure out a little bit what's going on here first before we go too far into it. I do believe that if there's no skin in the game, there's no document signed, there's no rent spree, filled out, because the rent spree is going to cost them a bit of money, $40. Let's get some skin in the game, right? If there's no skin in the game, I've noticed that the conversion rate is very low. So the longer that their move out date is, or the less amount of skin in the game you have from them, it's a higher probability that the conversion rate is going to be very low. People also change their mind. So if they have a longer, like in that example earlier, August 1 move date. Okay. I literally had this happen last night with Tanya on a client she was helping me with. Client did have an August 1 move date. However, he was relocating from California and his family's in California. He's planning some roots here. He's moving his job, his business, everything over here. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, and his credit wasn't too bad. We did the rent spree and all of that, and his credit was really not that bad. It was okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not that bad. And so I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I get it. He's probably like, hey, August 1 move date, end of July kind of move date, because, he's got a lot of stuff to move. He's got some other things he's got to figure out because he's relocating. Well, just kind of follow my own advice. I was like, I should have stuck to my guns and said, okay, let's wait until mid, July to start moving. And I didn't, because I really wanted to, maybe he's got other stuff going on. I wanted to help him. But again, made a rookie move, because just last night he says, well, you know what, we're just going to go ahead. And Tanya already showed him like 2 or 3 houses. Like we already had, stuff ready to go for him, ready lined up. And and then to get a text from me last night, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and just stay with my family for like 3 more months, get my credit better, even though credit's not really the issue. I'm gonna get my credit better, and then we'll come back. We'll circle back around. Okay. And so again, why waiting closer to their move date is because people be peoply. Something comes up, something happens, an idea, a bright idea pops in their head, and like, I'm gonna just pivot. I'm gonna stay where I'm at, or I'm gonna do family, whatever it might be. And so, another reason why I don't recommend waiting or starting the or starting to show houses when their move out date is so far out is because people may change their mind, something may come up, but until you got to that point, you've already showed houses, you've already spent time with them, and they decided they're going to pivot and go do something else. So the shorter time frame I can make it from that launch date, the more likely I'm going to put, it's going to be less likely I'm going to put myself at risk at something like that happening. And if it does happen, okay, cool. I didn't show houses. I didn't really do anything. No problem. God bless you. Let's talk about this later on, right? No big deal. Moving on. So another reason why I recommend waiting until clients are at a certain time frame. Third topic, how to avoid wasting your time and your client's time. Best way to do that is really qualify your lead up front and thoroughly. Ask them a ton of questions. When are you looking to move? What area? Tell me about that area. What about it? Is it schools? Is it close to work? Is it close to church? What's your monthly budget? What do you do for work? How's your credit? How's your rental history? Asking a ton of questions up front. Qualifying your lead thoroughly is a great way to avoid wasting your time and your client's time. Making sure they understand all their options, right? Even going over, okay, hey, look, based on your credit, based on your rental history, it's a high probability that you're going to have to put double deposit, right? So if you're looking at houses in this price point, we're talking 4,000 deposit plus 2,000 first month's rent. We're at $6,000 on your move-in costs, right? You know, are you, based on all of that, are you still good with an end of July move date? It's like, oh, you know, I didn't know it was gonna be that much. I say, well, it can, you know, it's just because of the issues you mentioned. It might not be, but you know, in the event that it is, I want you to be prepared for that, right? So based on that, you know, what do you want to do? Do you still want to try to rent? Do you want to maybe talk about buying a house instead? You know, what do you want to do? So I like having that money talk with them as well up front prior to showing houses and prior to, you know, going too far into it, because you don't want to put them in a position either where you show houses, you didn't have the deposit, you didn't have the money conversation with them. You show houses, you get them an approval, and in their mind they're thinking, okay, it's going to be probably $2,000 total, right? Like that's all I got to pay in their head for whatever, you know, maybe they got that idea somewhere, not sure. And then you come back and say, okay, cool, it's going to be, you know, 2,000 for the deposit. They're going to want an additional $1,000 for additional deposit. You got pet deposit, and then first month's rent. Since you want to move in on this date, it's still going to be full 1 month's rent. So this is what you're looking at over the next 3 weeks. Well, wait a minute, I don't got that kind of money. Like, I need more time. You don't want that to happen because you just spend all that time showing houses, working out the deal, getting the approval, and the approval is based on their move-in date and the client's capacity to do all of that. Now you got to go back to the listing agent and say, hey, change of plans. We need to push that moving date, you know, out further, right? It's a conversation you don't really want to have because that can just make that application. You can make the landlord rescind, you know, their offer, right? Their approval, because it's based on the premise that they have a certain move date and everything's gonna be fine. So I like having those money conversations up front to avoid wasting time or wasting clients' time, and set a good expectation before we move. And being transparent and honest about why you do things the way you do it, right? Why do you ask these questions, and here's why, right? Being upfront and honest about that can really help avoid wasting your time and your client's time by just being transparent, honest, and upfront. I got 2 more topics, but I'll pause there. Any questions on any of that so far?
I do. Do you have a list of questions that you reference for, I mean, I'm sure you probably have it down and memorized, but like for people you hire or for people who are forgetful, do you have like a list of questions that you reference?
I do. Somewhere in my Google Docs, I'll find it. I'll send it to you, Brooke.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So I'll also ask, so this probably will probably end on this. Is probably the most important part is when a renter probably should be having a buyer conversation instead. So let's say you got a brand new lead, they're wanting, you know, they're a rental lead, at least that's how they come in. And then we discovered that their move date is like 2 months or more, right? We got a 60-day plus move date. Probably want to shift it towards a buyer conversation somewhere along the line, because you know that potentially could be a good buyer conversation, and find out, you know, probably find out why 60 days. Most cases, if their move date is like 2 months out or more, we're kind of right around that 2 month mark. More than likely, what has happened is they got a letter or an email from their apartment complex and says, hey, your 60 days is coming up. Here are your options. Here's your month-to-month option. Here's your 1 year renewal, 6 month renewal, right? They're getting a piece of paper or an email from their apartment complex. And in the back of their head, when they first went to that apartment, probably the game plan was, this is going to be temporary. We're just going to, you know, get in the apartment, kind of regroup, work on credit, save money, and then we're going to buy. That's a great idea. I'm all for it, right? However, what happens? Well, life be lifing, right? So kids got busy with school and with extracurricular activities. Someone went to the doctor or hospital, unexpected thing came up, right? And things just came up. And so that original game plan of, hey, we're going to be in the apartment, just going to be temporary. We're going to work on credit, save money, get our act together, and then we're going to buy a house. While that was the original plan, that kind of went sideways with everything else that just occurred in their life. Then they get that notice in the mail or by email from the apartment complex, hey, in 60 days, this is your option. Like, oh my God, it's already been a year. Oh my God, I just completely forgot it. We didn't do anything. We didn't save anybody. We didn't work on any credit. We didn't do anything. But they just know, like, they just don't want to be there. And so they're in an emotional state of mind, and they're reaching out to, however they reach out to you guys to say, hey, I want to get into a house or something like that, right? And their time frame is 60 days out. Well, the reason why it's 60 days is because their notice says, hey, you got 60 days to let us know what you're going to do, right? And so I want to find out, and I'm having that conversation with them, and we have a 60-day plus move-in date. I want to find out why do they believe that they can't rent? Why do they think, that they can't buy? Why do they think that they can't buy? And 9 times out of 10, it's because of credit and down payment. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a couple questions and ideas to you guys to start thinking about this, because if 9 times out of 10, the reason why the renter is not buying and they're continuing to rent is because of credit or down payment, well, do you work with the lender that knows a lot about credit or knows to have conversations around credit? Do you have a lender that knows a lot about down payment assistance programs, right? Or has done quite a bit of them, right? That they're experienced with down payment assistance options. Have you yourself seen a credit report and maybe got a credit report, even a consumer-based credit report, plug it into Gemini or Chat or Claude and say, hey, read this to me. What does this mean? What should my client do based on their credit report to help boost it, right? Are you doing what you can do as an agent, as a realtor, as a professional, to learn as much as you can about credit so you can have good discussions with your client around credit. The lender can have discussions with them around credit and down payment assistance. And so if 9 times out of 10, the reason why they're not buying is because of credit or down payment, and you can make them be more confident and come up with a game plan around that, that's going to really help you create a buyer out of a renter here, because you're probably the only one that has said, hey, maybe not right now, but if we do X, Y, and Z, probably, let's talk to a lender. But based on all of that, man, maybe in about 3 to 6 months, if everything goes well, you work on your credit this way, you just come up with X amount of dollars and they can do down payment assistance. If we can just do these couple of things, 3 months, 4 months, probably, you'll be pre-approved and we can buy. Okay, cool. Well, then if it's possible, then let me go ahead and let my apartment know we're going to go month to month, right? Because it sounds like we're pretty close. We're going to go month to month. We're not going to renew. We're not going to even look at a rental house. I would rather come from this apartment into my forever home, right? Thank you, Brooke, for breaking that down for me. What do we need to do? Sign a rep agreement? Yeah, I'm going to send you my rep agreement. I got you covered. We're not going to look at houses right now, not until we're at least closer to being pre-approved. But at the very least, hey, I'm your agent, I'm your gal, I'm your guy. I'll check in with you on a monthly basis, see how things are coming along with the credit and the money, and just kind of making sure you're being held accountable. You need a little coach in your corner, right? I'm going to do that on a monthly basis. Yeah, that'd be great, because the last thing we want is for us to just get sidetracked with all of this. So if you can make sure we stay on top of it, that'd be great. Now you just created a buyer, right? This is someone who's not going to buy right now. The second, this is someone that will get their stuff together and have a guidance here, have someone guide them here, and then eventually will buy, because now it's, for the first time, someone said, instead of saying, okay, no, not right now, you can't buy yet, maybe we'll just rent, instead of someone telling them that, you're now telling them, hey, this is what we need to do, not just general blanket statements, but specific game plan. You do this, we'll do this, and in 30 days we'll be here, 60 days we'll be here, right? We do all of these things correctly. By month 3, month 4, I think we're going to be ready, right? Giving them an actual game plan that they can follow. You'd be probably the first and maybe the only person to ever do that for them, and they're going to be your client really for life based on that. I'll pause on that. We got like 2 minutes left. Any final questions, guys, around that topic or any other topic with leases? Lastly, we'll end on the last thing on timing. I touched on this before, but on timing, I mean, it affects the approval, right, on the application. So if you are actually doing a renter, even though we're talking about buyers right there a little bit, and flipping into a buyer, if you still have someone who says, you know what, I really just need to rent, need to get in the house. Okay, cool. Just make sure that that move-in date on that application is, if it's summer months, June, July, I recommend 2 weeks from the time that the application is submitted, that their move-in date is 2 weeks from that date, because summer months are super competitive and super busy. But normal times, non-summer months, usually within 30 days is fine. Got about a minute left. Anyone ask your final questions before we move on? I think we're all good. War Room, what you got over there?
Marcus has a question.
Marcus Malone.
So you were saying you want to sign a rep agreement with a potential client as soon as possible, basically.
I do. We had a good conversation. Sounds like it's gonna, we're a fit for each other. Hey, open your email. Like I'm on the phone. Open your email. I just sent you a rep agreement. Let me walk you through real quick.
Okay.
I do it right then and there.
Okay. And once they sign the rep agreement, that's when you're comfortable with showing them homes. After that.
We're talking about renters, right? Is it a renter?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's like step 1 of 5. I still want proof of income and ID. I want them to fill out a rental application. I want the rent spree reports. I want all of that before anything. And their time frame still needs to be within a reasonable time frame. If we're June, July, and they said I got to be moved in about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. All right, cool. Once I get everything in from you, we're good to go. If it's 30 days out during the summer months, cool. Let me go ahead and get everything in from you anyway. And then I'll send you some properties to look at online. Favorite a couple of them. We'll have a conversation here and there. And once we're about 2 weeks from that date, then we'll pick up the conversation, get in the car, start showing some houses. Right. If it's non-summer months, when they're about 30 days from the move-in date, is fine. But rep agreement, yeah, that's the first step. Got to have that. $8:31. Any final questions? I think they got to go to Motivational Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Any other questions in the war room? All good. All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on the Leasing Huddle Monday morning. Got a topic every week. I appreciate that. If you have any questions on the side, feel free to reach out. And Brooke, I will get you that document with my qualifying questions sent out. So I appreciate it, guys. We got Motivational Monday coming up.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. What do y'all have for, what is it? Not wedding words. Gratitude and bucket fillers. Yes, I'm waking up still. I'm here. Okay. Gratitude and bucket fillers. Who's got something?
I have a bucket filler.
Go for it.
I want to say thank you to Chelsea. I was out doing Meals on Wheels on Friday morning, and I had a client that needed to make an offer. She wanted, like, the other agent wanted the offer in by like the morning time, and I was like, can't happen. I'm not even near my computer right now. I called Chelsea. I'm like, hey, like, do you have like a quick second? And she sure did, and she helped me out. She had it over to me in like less than 30 minutes. And I just can't say enough wonderful things about her. She's such a lifesaver. So big bucket filler for Chelsea.
Yay, Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea is amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Thank
Love
you.
you.
She's in there helping make the meals ready for the schools and everything. So she's up and going. What else we got for gratitude and bucket fillers? I'm just going to say, I have one. It's kind of like a bucket filler / pat on the back. I was checking in follow-up boss on the leaderboard, and the top 10 are people that are in boot camp. And that's just so exciting to see just how much it is pushing people to really focus on the skill or focus on the actions that help with the skills that basically then push to get the results that you're wanting and needing in order to grow in this business. And so huge, like, bucket fillers, pats on the backs for everyone that's in boot camp and that's on here. We have Robin that's on here and everything like that. So congratulations. Good job. Keep it up. So yeah.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. What else y'all got?
I have one. I just want to thank everybody who took the time to train us and teach us some of their knowledge. That was very helpful. I've learned a lot, and I just appreciate you guys showing up for us like that. I think it's amazing.
Well, we appreciate you coming and immersing yourself in all the knowledge and everything that we have and love to share in order to help make agents successful in what they do. So thank you for coming. What else we got? Anything? No? Okay. Well, I have a little video. I sent it to the email. How do I pull it up from here? Can I just like go to the email and pull it up?
Yeah.
Let me see.
On the other tab, yep, and then the mouse should be right here. And then, yep, boom, bam, bam.
Oh,
And then you just go back.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Like the full screen. And then we're gonna do this one, share.
All right. Y'all can all see that. All right. This is a quick one, but we're going to roll with it because then we're going to talk about it.
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You got to hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened? In my 24 hours. I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
All right. So I wanted to kind of share that because I know a lot of the time we're kind of like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. There we go. I know it's kind of like, oh, I have so much I have to do during the day, and we get pulled in all different directions. Whenever it's just like what he said, if you look at what your schedule is in 24 hours, like, is it really like activity is it income producing activities? Or is it stuff that's costing you money that's going to keep you broke? I mean, that's something we got to really look at. And time blocking, and that's something that, like, in the one thing we kind of went over was like time blocking and focusing on that one thing. And now we're moving into the book Atomic Habits, which Ozzy said that we need to read the first 3 chapters and everything. And it's about doing big things in the 24 hours. It's not procrastinating it. It's not pushing it to the next day. And like, that's something that I will do sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Well, there's only so many tomorrows. And if I keep pushing it back, then it's not getting me to where I really want to be. And so I just wanted to kind of share this video to basically be like, what does your 24 hours look like? Because a lot of us look up to people and we're like, wow, how are they doing everything they're doing? And it's because they're being super specific and they're doing those income producing activities and super focused on what they're doing within the same 24 hours that everyone gets. And so I really want people to focus this week on what can you do better in your 24 hours in order to get to where you want to be. I mean, we all have goals. We all want to go on vacation. We all want to eventually retire. We want our kids to be happy and be able to do all the fun things, and inflation and all the stuff it's expensive. So it's like, do you focus on the negative aspect of it all, or you do the actions and steps to take in order to, it's the same 24 hours that everyone, like they said, Oprah, she does a lot of stuff. Warren Buffett, same 24 hours. So what should you be doing differently in your 24 hours that you're not already doing? Anyone want to add to that as far as like maybe some time blocking tips and tricks for people, or leverage aspect of, hey, these are lower dollar per hour items that I can hire someone else or use someone else to assist me with, so I can focus on the higher dollar per hour activities that make more money.
In time blocking, we go over like being intentional with your time. So regardless of whether you're working, you're at home with your family, whatever that is, like be intentional with that time and where you're allotting that skill set, right? So if you're at work, like put your head down and work, do your lead gen, do what you need to do. So that way, when you do go home to your family, you can check out and be purposeful with your home life as well. It really helps create that that work-life balance, right? That everybody's striving for, but you have to be intentional with the time in the situation that you're in.
And that is so true. Like, I know, like, it's like, oh, lead generation, like, do the lead generation, just do it, make the phone calls, get it done, like, set the appointments, go on the appointments, and then, like what Chelsea's saying, have that work-life balance where then that portion of that 24 hours where it's family time, you're actually in it. You're not sitting there getting pulled to do this and pulled to do that. Oh, I need to go run and do, like, get more organized. And that's what it all boils down to is Oprah and Warren Buffett and all these people, they have an extremely organized life. They do. And they've gotten to that point to where they can leverage different aspects of their life to where then they can enjoy and do big and different things. I mean, so that's where it's like, utilize what we have and what we can do within this brokerage. I mean, like Kelly was saying, coming last week to eat. I mean, I know that, I mean, you learn so much. Like, that was time that she spent, but now has given her a skill set to where she can put it in her business and be able to truly focus on what she needs to do in order to make her life better within the same 24 hours that we all have.
Learn to earn.
There you go. Learn to earn. What else y'all got on it? I know, like, Ozzy's schedule, whenever he pulls it up and shows it, it is very, very specifically time blocked. Like, he has when he's leaving to go and pick up kids or drop off kids, when he's going on date night with his wife, like, all of that. Start time blocking everything, and you will be surprised at how much you actually can accomplish in the 24 hours. Time block your sleep, time block your drive, like, time block everything. Time block all of it. And like what Ozzy tells us in the AEA main chat on Sundays, plan out your week. It should already be planned out. It should already be time blocked. That is how you can accomplish so much more. What y'all got? Have y'all time blocked y'all's week? Focus on that today. After lead gen, definitely get some time blocking going on. But like, I'm going to go back to like boot camp too. Like, we have everyone that's in boot camp, and to just see the numbers, like, they are putting in the time, they are getting the skills and the habits that are getting the results. And it works. Like, there's no magic fairy dust in the real estate world. I know we all think, oh, shiny object syndrome. This is going to fix everything. If I go buy this, if I go do this, if I sign up for the system, if I pay for these leads.
There's no magic dust?
No, I wish.
Okay.
I mean, it's almost 20 years for me, and I still haven't figured out the magic dust. So, just saying. But I mean, it's just do the work, but do it in an organized manner. And you will accomplish so much more. You really will.
I have a question. It's not related to anything I don't think that you were talking about, so I hope you don't mind. But I heard a couple times that some of the agents were telling us to knock on doors, and I was just curious, like, whose doors? Are there certain houses that you're looking at to knock on, and what is that conversation like? How does that start?
I mean, so it's more or less for like door knocking. And if agents are, I mean, it's what are you wanting to farm? Where are you wanting your business to be at? Or are you door knocking on expireds? Are you door knocking on for sale by owners? I mean, really the purpose of door knocking is either to try and get the listing, or you're making the neighbors knowledgeable about your listing that you have coming soon, or you have an open house that's coming soon, and you're hoping they know someone that wants to come and buy the house. So. Okay,
that makes better sense. I thought we were just running around knocking on doors.
No, you make it tough that way. But if you have a good, nice intention and script to tell them and everything, I mean, the goal is to just inform people about you, your business, and what you have to offer, as well as tell them about listings that you have maybe in the neighborhood. I mean, I know, I work with people that, we door knock for pre-foreclosures and stuff like that. I mean, we're trying to help people that are going into foreclosure. And so we're out door knocking. Most of the time, they're very embarrassed about the situation and whatnot. But I mean, it's working. People are answering the door. It's having a conversation with them, and we're giving them the options to be able to save themselves from foreclosure in different ways.
And so where do you find a list like that?
So in my class I taught last week for short sales, and during EAT, I went over where to be able to find those properties. And so I can get with you and we can go over it again, or I will be teaching it again this coming end of the month in July. So, because the auction is next Tuesday. Yep.
What's first Tuesday of the month?
First Tuesday of the month, Texas Tuesday. Yep. Yeah, otherwise expireds, I mean, we get expireds. They're in, Irony puts them in our follow-up boss. And so you're able to see the expireds on there. Also for sale by owners, go on Zillow. Click the tab for sale by owners. Yeah, the addresses. Call them, door knock them. If you're doing an open house, go door knock the neighborhood. Hey, I have this open house, 123 Main Street, Saturday, 2 to 4. I would love to know if you know of anyone that you would like to come move into the neighborhood, friends, family, whatever. Come check it out as well. We'd love some feedback for the seller. So. What time is it? 8:47. We have a couple of minutes. What else y'all got for motivational Monday? What's some other motivation that's needed for y'all feeling today?
New ringtone. What was that ringtone? What is that? I don't know. There's kind of like.
I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, let's see. I mean, we're in summer and school's coming up. I mean, it's not too much longer until school. So then it's going to be more chaos with trying to get kids back to school and schedules and back to school and all that kind of stuff and everything. So it's like, what could you be doing now to take advantage of the summer hours of spending time with your family and building your business, because this is also a time whenever a lot of buyers are looking and a lot of sellers are wanting to sell because of it. They have the time to be able to do so. They're not constrained to their kids' schedule, or they're wanting to switch school districts. Kids have gone off to college, looking to downsize, maybe wanting to transition to a different, like kids are now growing up, need something bigger. I mean, the door knocking, I mean, that's a great way of figuring out some more buyers and sellers, really. But I mean, you asked about where to get the list. I mean, again, it's in Remind, and I break it down as far as where to find them. And it's all in the MLS. It's free. I mean, well, it's not free. We already pay for it with our membership. It's all in there. We're not paying for anything extra. Now, I mean, you can go pay for lists if you want, and then it turns into a spreadsheet and whatnot. But I mean, you already have it for free. You just got to dig a little.
Yeah, I need to get in that MLS because I just got it. I have no idea what's in there.
So much. So many tools. There's a lot of great things in there. Let's see. I mean, HAR has so many tools and wonderful things in there to be utilized and stuff. And I mean, that's just, I like to dig. I'm very guilty of used to being about the shiny object syndrome, where I was like, ooh, this is going to make my life easier. This is the magic fairy dust. Let me sign up for that. Let me pay for that. Let me do it. No, I mean, it's just, you sit down, time block, focus, get in the zone, and do and find what you need to. I mean, you're not having to pay and do all these extra steps and things whenever it's already there for you. What else y'all got?
I was going to say the magic dust is doing the things that nobody else wants to do, which is actually making the phone calls, because everyone hates cold calling or making the phone calls. I was included in that. I freaking hated lead generation. But having a phone call with a person is the most valuable thing you can do. So that's where the hard work is. That's where the magic dust is, and nobody wants to do it. So that's the secret.
That's what makes it magical, is because there's very few people actually doing it. And so, I mean, it's work. Being in real estate is work. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get in real estate and this is going to be easy, and I'm going to be able to make whatever schedule I want and do. No, I drove to Montgomery last night to go and make sure an appraiser could get into a property because the lockbox was checked up. So 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, you got to do what you got to do in this business to make it work and to get things moving. But yeah, like Whitney's saying, the hard work is what you get the most rewards out of. You reap what you sow. Just do it. Make the phone calls. Like, I mean, we have a database of 100,000 plus people. They're right there. You don't need another list. It's there. I mean, they're in there. The ponds are there. The expired lists are there. The pre-foreclosures. I mean, all of that's in, like, I can help you find all of that. Like it's, you got to call, you got to go door knock.
The more you do that, the more it's easier to pick up and conjure up business.
Yeah.
If you want to take a break, you can take a break, and then you get back on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like so much easier to get that ball rolling.
Yep.
Once you know your habits and know what to do to get that business.
I mean, my business is, a lot of it's referral based, because I also am consistently networking with people and talking to people and calling people in my sphere. And I'm like, hey, who do you know that wants to buy, sell, or invest, or who has any issues going on with their property? Like, are they in a bind? So many people are in a bind right now, and I'm just calling and asking, like, who needs help? And most of the time they're kind of like, you know what? My neighbor, my friend, whoever, you know what, let me have them call you. They haven't been wanting to talk about it, and they haven't known who to talk to. And I mean, I'm just having the conversations, which then results in business. I mean, and that's the other thing too, like back to the calls. Calling once and them not answering doesn't count. It is a follow-up game. It is a nurture game. They may not be ready to sell today or tomorrow. And if they say, okay, maybe in a year, that year, I have had clients before where I have called them and they're like, hey, give me a year. And then all of a sudden I didn't follow up. That's on me. And I see them listed on the market within 4 to 6 months. If I just would have been better at my follow-up game, I could have had that listing. And so listening to what someone says, like set the tasks in Follow Up Boss for the reminders to be able to contact them. They, like Whitney's saying, the magic dust is calling. It's following up. You're going to hear a bunch of no's before you hear the yeses. It's a numbers game. It really is. And that's real estate. But think of the amount of houses in the greater Houston area, and think of the number of people that are relocating into the greater Houston area as well, as far as buyers. Like, there is so much of the pie that is out there for everyone. Go and get your piece. Go get it. Don't be sitting there and being like, well, I'm broke. Like, you can fix it. Like, we all have the same 24 hours. Go get your piece. Do the work. And it's like, how big of a piece of pie do you want, kind of thing? You want a little sliver? You want a crumb? Do you want a huge piece that you can snack on all day? Like, what do you want? Yeah. Keep it in the fridge and go take a bite here and there, kind of thing. And that's kind of like what you're saying. Like, you do enough business to where then you have some extra pieces of pie in the fridge that you can go to later and get, kind of thing. Just do the work.
Do the damn work.
Do it. Do the calls. Do the follow-up. Do the door knocking. And if you go door knock one time and they don't answer, are they at work? Are they at the store? They're picking up kids? Try a different time. Go drive around neighborhoods and see when there's the most activity. And that's whenever you should be door knocking it. Different neighborhoods are going to have different time frames. It does.
Great motivational Monday.